refugee father.
These are fragments of home.
Homepage, Home Alone.
It means a lot, everything that you're doing here today.
My name is Dasha. I'm from Ukraine. I go to University of Portsmouth and I lived in UK for 7 years now. So Russia attacked the whole of the Ukraine on 24th of February. Since then, people have been fleeing the country and been asked to fight as well, the men.
Я, например, считаю, что он еще слишком молодой для того, чтобы мене, да? Тих, кого не з нами нема, і не буде вже більше.
Just seeing my country get destroyed for nothing, it's just been really difficult for me.
It's a very new, very friendly place.
There were kids with tied up hands behind and they just shot at the back of their hands, at the back of their hands, men and everything. There were just bodies left on the streets. Brothers in the territorial defense, and they're saying when they're trying to push out the Russian forces, sometimes you end up killing Russian military in the defense. So when they would take off, to pack the Russian military bodies, and they would take off the top layer of the clothes, they would have the gold chains with all the rings and stolen inside, tons of rings and few chains hanging in there of the stolen goods. This is a volunteer center in Poland. So every single time when the alarm triggers, you have to leave your apartment and go in the corridor because it's a safer area. It's further from the windows, further from the glass, and less chances of being damaged with bombs.
З точки зору, знаєте, ви бачили, можливо, не всі бачили, але справжні ті британські ванни малесенькі, коли немає де розвернутися, чи кухоньки ці. Сідай.
Basically, before they were discussing the issues of registering for social benefits in local councils, and now she's saying that a lot of people who came in the relatives program, they're now looking for a separate accommodation because even though they are accommodated by relatives, the amount of space where they're living is insignificant, so they're trying to find options for rental that's acceptable.
My name is Anna Maniam. I'm originally from Ukraine, from Kiev. I was born and raised and lived my whole life in Kiev. And obviously seeing the places where you grew up, where you went to university, your home, being devastated so much is just really tough to watch. I started browsing around just Facebook, Google, seeing if there is any kind of events, anybody organizing some donations or humanitarian aid to Ukraine. So I wanted to be of any help because you feel a lot of guilt of being in safety, being far away, not being able to help. So the least things you can do, you're trying to find the ways to be helpful, help your homeland, not to feel useless. As I said, they're doing a very, very big job, and additionally, all the refugees that are coming from Ukraine, they are helping to link them up with local authorities, help settle them in the local community so they feel welcome, which is tough because you're escaping war. So finding somebody who can help you out here. If you imagine that if there were no war situation, this kind of community would still be beneficial for, I don't know, the comfort and your mental health and stuff, just meeting people with the same culture, the same language and stuff, and all of that. But considering the war going on, this community is involved with a lot of donations, collecting aid, organizing different ways to send aid, either via embassy or through other means, send it to Ukraine.
I got the 74!
The medical supply, clothes, stuff for kids, and all of these.
Keep it like that. Oh God, it's really heavy. Yeah, keep it down.
I know what you're doing. Oh, yeah, I know what
There you go.
My name is Alexander Chaban. I'm a volunteer who's originally born in Ukraine, but for the last 4 years I'm living in Lodz, Poland. We've been here like from the day two when the war started, and the situation on the border previously was really tough, and there was a lot of refugees coming. People were coming constantly. There was no warm spots to get warm. There was barely food to eat and stuff like that. Currently, it's like changed the whole lot. Now it's a peaceful place with tents, food trucks, and all kinds of infrastructure you can see behind me. Everybody is like a lot of volunteers, and they're taking care of refugees really nicely.
Wait a second, hold it, guys.
People I've seen down the border, a lot of them were coming from UK as well, and I mean they've been a great help. Some of them stayed for weeks down the border just helping refugees. Other of them took like 24-hour rides from United Kingdom to Poland, straight ride, bringing supplies.
No, I don't know. Come on, girls.
Now, Marina, what we do in a minute, we get a cup of tea, and then I've got to write all that up. I mean...
Yes, you will write it, and I will make it in digital. So at home I will quickly type it and send it to Roman, because Roman is responsible for documents, and then we will be in touch with
I mean,
Alex.
it's not 100%.
Viola, don't worry, you've done an amazing job. So don't
Anyway,
worry.
so we
Get on now, the better now.
There is unfortunately no such thing as enough of supplies at the moment. What they're trying to do, they're trying to cut off the whole supply to create a humanitarian disaster in all of Ukraine. So they're being bombed all the time, for what I know. People I'm acquainted with, they've been trying to bring humanitarian support to the occupied cities, and they get constantly shot at. And a lot of supplies we were sent just gets destroyed.
Okay, so where's he going tonight then?
City Council. But can we call them now?
I could see whether I can get hold of...
Yes, maybe call and just explain and ask
I
them.
haven't got the number from over there.
But we can call reception and ask. Reception is already
all gone. But no, we can talk to them. It's not a big deal. But if we leave the building open...
So our lorry, he will go to Southampton, and we fill those space which is not filled. So it's approximately maybe 1/10 part of the lorry. So it's quite a lot, but not up to the ceiling. So we will fill it all with. They have, as I spoke with the coordinator, they have baby nappies, and they have some other like bras, some stuff for babies and children. So we'll use that.
Where we've had to go to the dump a lot, we bought a bit of lino from the dump, but it was only £2. But it's put it down, and we've got to do in there, look. We've got to put the flooring down in there. Make it all nice and clean, don't you? Bright.
Unfortunately, my mother died just before Christmas, so we were planning on clearing the house and then selling it, and then obviously the issue in Ukraine flared up, so we thought, well, we're in a position where we don't have to sell the house straight away. We're quite lucky in that respect, and so let's see if we can offer a home to a Ukrainian family.
What the hell are they doing with those curtains?
It was Svetlana plus her two children, Daria and Maria, who were 15 and 17, but I had to complete separate applications for each of the children as well, so I have to keep getting more information about them. But yeah, we got through it eventually. It's made us maybe more aware of the difficulties people face coming into this country as opposed to coming into other European countries. More, I think, then, doesn't it?
This is the other little room. It's difficult trying to work out what you've got and what you haven't got. I mean, in order to find somebody to a refugee family, there is no mechanism. You have to go on Facebook groups, and you have to find people, and it's a bit of a lottery, and I don't like that. feeling of having to go, okay, no, you know, that one. And at the same time, and then you hear lots of stories on Facebook groups about the same kind of experiences, long waits, people having to, you know, be in awful circumstances, just waiting, just not knowing what to do. That's nice, isn't it? The only thing to do in there is to put the other curtain up. I'll bring it back in, actually. Oh, looks nice, yeah. We only heard yesterday, late, that they weren't coming because they've been offered passports, sort of integration courses to go and work. This is the mother, and money, and well, pretty much lots of support.
Everything they need.
Yeah, everything they need. Well, why wouldn't you stay? They're not as many men because the men are staying behind to fight. So they're mostly women. I mean that's scary actually. Looking on, you know, when you're looking on Facebook and you're seeing a lot of women, single women, wanting places. That is so scary because there's an awful lot of opportunity for trafficking, isn't there? Yeah. A lot of difficulties of people coming with children, whether what information they're given, you know, about young babies on passports of the mothers, and that they're having lots of difficulties. Yeah, so I don't see lots of really good, you know, success stories, the occasional one, but more people that are having a lot of difficulties. And you just think it's tragic, really, isn't it? It's awful. Yeah. I can't find the end of this county. Sorry. In Portsmouth, so it's north in the city. So we wanted to find out what's going on north in the city, but we don't know whether there's...
Да, меня зовут Виктория. Я с Украины, с города Киева. 24 февраля, когда началась эта война, потому что никак нельзя назвать спецоперацией, я еще 2 недели находилась в Киеве, слышала сирены, слышала взрывы. Это очень, конечно, тяжело психологически. Я не хотела покидать свой родной город. Я очень люблю, как и свою страну. Но когда начались уже угрозы взрыва Чернобыльской АЭС, я боялась больше уже химического оружия. Ну и вообще было страшно. Спокойно, и мне очень жаль, что на сегодняшний день в моем городе оккупантов нету, а, к сожалению, Херсон, Николаев, Мелитополь, там есть фашистские оккупанты, которые, и люди находятся в плену и подсказывают. И, конечно, мне то, что я видела, что происходило с детьми, женщинами, что касается вот буквально тех районов, где непосредственно возле моего дома, это, конечно, геноцид Украины. Потому что я выросла в Киеве, я родилась в Киеве, я выросла, я знаю там каждый кусочек, и поэтому я даже не представляю увидеть это своими глазами.